One Winter's Day by M. Christina Butler. Illustrated by Tina McNaughton. Little Hedgehog was making his bed for the winter when a sudden gust of wind blew him off his feet. It took hold of his cozy nest and tossed it high into the air. Little Hedgehog trembled as the wind whistled around him, and he wondered what to do. He caught hold of his scarf and hat and mittens before they blew away, and tried to find shelter under the tree roots. But wherever he went, the wind blew there as well.
"I'll have to stay with Badger until the storm has gone,"
he said at last, pulling his woolly hat firmly over his prickles. Then he snuggled into his cozy scarf and put on his mittens, and with a deep breath, he set off. The wind was even stronger in the meadow. Leaves swirled here and there, and snowflakes filled the air. Little Hedgehog hadn't gone far when he bumped into a family of field mice, shivering in the long grass.
"I've never known such a storm,"
squeaked Mother Mouse.
"The wind has blown our nest far away, and my poor babies are so cold." "My home has been blown away as well," said Little Hedgehog. "I'm on my way to stay with Badger, but I have just the thing to warm you up."
And he took off his woolly hat and gave it to the mice.
"Oh, lovely, lovely,"
they squeaked, snuggling down out of the wind.
"Thank you, Little Hedgehog."
Little Hedgehog tucked his nose inside his scarf and ran along beside the racing river. Otter was on the bank, huffing and puffing on his paws.
"Hello, Otter,"
shouted Little Hedgehog.
"What are you doing?"
"Oh, hello, Hedgehog," replied Otter. "My fur coat keeps me warm, but my paws are freezing."
"Well, here, have these,"
said Little Hedgehog, giving Otter his mittens.
"They should do the trick."
"Thank you, Little Hedgehog," said Otter. "These are great. But shouldn't you be at home in this cold weather?"
"I have no home anymore,"
said Little Hedgehog, sadly.
"The wind has blown it away."
And running on, he cried,
"I'm going to stay with Badger."
By the time Little Hedgehog reached the woods, the snow was getting deeper. On and on he struggled, picking his way between snowdrifts as the wind howled around him. A mother deer and her fawn were sheltering in the bushes.
"Oh, Little Hedgehog, why aren't you in your nest in this awful storm?"
she asked. So Little Hedgehog told Mother Deer about his nest blowing away. But as he spoke, he saw that the little fawn was shaking with cold.
"Here, take this,"
he said, giving the fawn his scarf.
"How kind you are,"
said Mother Deer.
"Thank you, Little Hedgehog."
Little Hedgehog pattered on, faster and faster. But just as he finally saw Badger's house at the bottom of the hill, he skidded on the icy path. "Help!" he cried, as he went bumping and bouncing through the snow. Badger was making tea when he heard a big thud outside. "Whatever was that?" he cried, dropping his toast. When he opened the door, a prickly snowball rolled in. "Gracious me," he said in surprise. "It's Little Hedgehog." Badger carried Little Hedgehog to an armchair by the fire and gave him a cup of tea. Little Hedgehog told Badger about his journey through the storm, and then, cozy and warm, he fell fast asleep. Little Hedgehog stayed with Badger until the storm had gone. As they walked to where his house had been, Little Hedgehog was very worried.
"How can I build a strong nest if all the leaves and twigs have blown away and there's nothing left?"
he asked anxiously. "I'll help you," said Badger kindly. We're nearly there now. Surprise! Came the cry when they turned the corner. Little Hedgehog gasped with delight. The animals he'd met in the storm had made him the coziest nest he'd ever seen. For the kindest hedgehog in the world, they all cried together.
Hi, everybody. So what do we think of Little Hedgehog's story? Wasn't it so nice how all his friends used the things that he gave him? They gave him, and they made a new house for him after he had stayed with the badger. So we're going to make what would have started the storm for Little Hedgehog. We're going to make a snowflake today. So you need a piece of your paper from your packet, and you're going to need a pair of scissors, and then we're going to decorate our snowflakes. So I'm going to start by putting my screen down so you can see my paper. So somebody might have to help you with the first part, but we're going to take this corner and we're going to bring it across our paper. And some of you have made snowflakes with me before, and some of you, this is your first time. We're going to fold our paper like this, and then we're going to go like that with our paper. Next, we want to cut the top of the paper off. So we're going to cut this rectangle right off our paper. And we have this rectangle. And you could always decorate this and add this when you send it to me in Artsonia. So I'm going to crease that, and we're going to take this corner and we bring it to this corner. So I'm going from this corner to this corner. And then we're going to cut shapes. So I might decide I want to cut a shape like this, a half a circle. We don't want to cut our corners, so we want to stay away from our corners. Maybe I want to cut a rectangle here. And maybe I want to cut another half circle. And when I open up my paper, so I'm going to pick up my screen and I'm going to open my paper, and I have a snowflake. And you're going to decorate your snowflakes on what you think they should look like. If you were making Badger a home, or not Badger, the Little Hedgehog, what would you want to decorate your snowflakes like for the Little Badger's house? So I have one that I decorated so far. Here's one of my snowflakes decorated. I have this one. And you could even do the back. I didn't do the back of it. I only did this side. This is a snowflake decorated. So that's what you're doing. You're decorating a snowflake. And then you're going to send it to me on Artsonia. So this is my decorated snowflake. And I'll go ahead and I'll decorate this one and put it at the end of the video. So you'll have both of those snowflakes to see at the end of the video, just to see what a couple of decorated snowflakes look like. And I'll put the Artsonia code at the end of the video, but I also put it for you in your packet. So you'll have it in a couple of places to see. I can't wait to see all of your wonderful decorated snowflakes. You can even get creative if you have things like glitter glue at home. Some of you might have that. If we were at school, we could use glitter, but we are not here, so we can't use glitter. But if you do have glitter glue, you can even get creative and use that on there. If you have crayons, use your crayons. If you have colored pencils, use whatever you have to decorate your snowflakes. And I can't wait to see them. Bye.